This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
Hi there, time to get going. It is a Friday. Hopefully you're off work on Monday. Tawana is, I am too, actually.
Well, hey! We love that for us, right? Yeah, and we have good weather for it too. So yeah, I'm planning to do as much as I can outside. Maybe just leave the windows open all weekend because the weather's just going to
save money on the AC.
Exactly, and that's why I think we love that cooler weather that we have across the area and we've had over the past couple of days, because at least we're not like blasting the AC to deal with immense heat. So that's one good thing we can take out of this. What we're seeing right now on our SkyTrack camera, another beautiful sunrise, is that sun is going to make its way over the horizon in just 3 minutes, so pretty good there. Temperature is sitting in the 50s for most of us, still at 64 degrees though at the airport in Louisville. This front is sitting just to the north of 64. It is going to push to the south as the day goes along, and it can bring an isolated shower this afternoon. Other than that though, mainly talking about a mix of sun and clouds today with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. And by the way, your weekend is looking fabulous for Saturday and Sunday, with highs hovering in those upper 70s and low 80s still, with plenty of sunshine and low humidity. We'll talk about some slightly warmer weather though showing up just in time for Labor Day itself. Shannon.
Thank you, Tawana. Firefighters say no one was hurt after a house fire that happened in Highview this morning, but here's a live look at what is left of this house on Mandeville Road. You see a lot of damage, a lot of smoke still at the scene. Firefighters say no one was in the house at the time. It took firefighters about 30 minutes to control the flames. Investigators have not released a cause, but they do say that the fire is suspicious because of the amount of damage to that home, so they are investigating that. Also breaking overnight, LMPD says a man died after being stabbed near the Pleasure Ridge Park neighborhood. It happened about 10 last night on Johnstown Way, not far from Johnstown Road Elementary. Police say the victim was stabbed several times. The name of the victim has not been released. Police say a man was detained at the scene and charges are pending. When we get more information about the person arrested, we'll let you know. Also new on Sunrise, LMPD says a third teenager has now been arrested in connection to a deadly shooting that happened in June. Police say the suspect was arrested in Nevada on an active arrest warrant for murder. Investigators say the shooting happened on Ridgecrest Avenue in June. The 16-year-old died, and 2 other teenagers have already been arrested and charged in this case. A motive has still not been released. A man's recovering after he was shot on Newburgh Road last night. It happened near the PNC Bank branch just after 9 p.m. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. LMPD says they believe a crash happened before the shooting. Officers are trying to figure out if that's connected. LMPD says they believe everyone connected to this case is accounted for and charges are possible. We're looking into a report that examines how safe public schools are across Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear says more than 1,300 schools follow state safety guidelines, which also require public school campuses to have a school resource officer. Governor Beshear says more than 840 SROs are assigned across Kentucky. This study is a part of the 2024-25 School Safety Risk Assessment Report, and it shows some schools have upgraded their security systems. That means adding electronic locking front doors, surveillance systems, and locks for classroom doors, among other measures. Governor Beshear says the state will continue to prioritize safety, especially after Wednesday's mass school shooting at a Catholic school and church in Minnesota.
Every American child should be safe when they go to school. Every American child should feel safe when they go to school, and no parent should have to go through the pain and suffering of these parents, and so many like them have faced. As a dad, it's hard to comprehend. As a person who lost one of his best friends in these shootings, it's hard every time they happen. It's wrong that we live in a time where there is something, this is something, that children and teachers and families and school staff have to face. But until there is more change, we must do everything in our power to protect our children, our schools, and everyone within them.
And now more is known about the two young students killed in Minneapolis, 10-year-old Harper Moisky and 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel. They were inside the Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis celebrating a mass. Harper's parents say she was bright, joyful, and deeply loved. They say her spirit touched everyone who knew her. And Fletcher's father spoke about him and blamed the actions of a, quote, coward for the fact their lives will never be the same.
Because of their actions, we will never be allowed to hold him, talk to him, play with him, and watch him grow into the wonderful young man he was on the path to becoming. Please remember Fletcher for the person he was and not the act that ended his life. Give your kids an extra hug and kiss today. We love you, Fletcher. You'll always be with us.
15 other children and 3 adults in their 80s were also hurt in the shooting. Police say they are all expected to survive. This week's shooting, though, has again sparked discussion about school safety preparedness and much the same for churches. And a Louisville man has a unique perspective on both. Rob is here with a closer look. Rob?
And Shannon, Greg Gitshire, as a retired Secret Service agent, served as a personal security guard for a former Louisville mayor and is now a deacon with the Archdiocese of Louisville. He says, like everybody else, he was stunned and heartbroken by that mass shooting. Authorities are still checking out videos, the writings, and movements of the shooter, but remain exactly uncertain what motivated them. The Minneapolis police chief says that the shooter couldn't get inside that church at the time because the doors were locked during mass. The chief says that likely saved countless numbers of lives. Gitshire said that soon after the tragedy, he received communications regarding similar safety reminders. Now he, who also serves as Louisville police chaplain, feels that security should be custom tailored based on the size of enrollment for schools or the congregation numbers at local churches.
The situational awareness, be aware of your surroundings. Don't take anything for granted. Know where the exit doors are. Know, if someone doesn't look right or act right, say something to somebody, and just let somebody check them out or talk to them. Sometimes by talking to somebody that's having some mental issues, you can get a better feeling of what they need or what they might want to do.
The deacon adding that while parishioners won't see any visible changes at church this week, there are definitely new security measures being implemented behind the scenes and a lot of discussion. He says while many schools now have active shooter training, he could see the same happening in houses of worship, not only here, but nationwide. Shannon, let's send it back over to you.
Thank you, Rob. Video shows the moments that a mother's SUV is stolen with her 9-month-old still buckled up in their seat. The baby's parents say they left the car running near Brook and Broadway Wednesday and then walked away for a moment. That is when police say the suspect, Brandon Conley, jumped into the driver's seat and took off. Police say Conley left the baby in the lobby of Jewish Hospital before then leading officers on a short chase. The mother, who didn't want to be named, says she did not expect to be inside the building that long, but after what happened, she's never taking that chance again.
We knew we should have just took them. You know what I'm saying? We knew we should have just grabbed them. We keep saying that to ourselves, like we're beating ourselves up more than anything. So just be aware, like slow down just enough. And that's my only regret is we didn't slow down enough. We didn't pay attention enough. We should have knew.
Conley is facing kidnapping and auto theft charges. He's scheduled to be back in court September 5th. Today, negotiations are expected to start for TARC to sell the NIA Center to the West Louisville Dream Team. The Dream Team says they plan to use that space for entrepreneurship, workforce development, and public gathering. TARC revealed plans to close the center before the end of the year. The Dream Team had offered to buy the building on West Broadway for more than $2 million back in July. The negotiation could last 2 weeks. Well, you can travel the whole world this weekend without ever leaving Louisville. World Fest brings all the cultures, many represented right here in this city, and Marissa Burke is there live this morning on the Belvedere. Okay, you had on the cutest shirt this morning, perfect for World Fest. It had the map of the world on it. What happened?
It's a little cold for my shirt, Shannon, just a little bit, but that means that there's going to be great weather for everybody coming out to World Fest. And then they'll also get to check out the Lunar Lion Dance Group. I'm here with Steven this morning. So Steven, tell us a little bit of history behind the Lion Dance.
Yeah, so Lion Dance goes back over 3,000 years, and it was a dance performed as a way to bless towns, scare away mythical beasts, get rid of things like sickness, plague, that sort of thing. And today at World Fest, we're here to bless the area, do a little bit of a performance. Just some notes on good fortune, good luck. Generally, colors of red and gold and yellow are seen as good luck bringing. The drums here are seen as the heartbeat of our lions. The cymbals and gong are there to assist the drum with the beat and also to scare away those demons and creatures. Yeah.
So, well, Steven, I'm going to let you guys take it away so that we can see the Lion Dance in action.
That looks fabulous. Thank you so much, Marissa. Okay, so World Fest starts today, goes through Monday. Okay, you're making breakfast right now. You better check your eggs because there's a salmonella outbreak connected to a major egg producer. New this morning, eggs sold across the country are being recalled after being linked to a salmonella outbreak. California-based Country Eggs, LLC, issued a recall of its large brown, cage-free sunshine yolk eggs. They were sold under the brand names Nagatoshi Produce and Nijiya Markets. The CDC says 95 people across 13 states have reported getting sick after eating the eggs. The cartons all have sell-by dates of July 1st through September 16th. If you have those eggs, throw them out. There's another frozen shrimp recall. Aquastar has recalled more than 26,000 packages of its 6-ounce cocktail shrimp. It may contain cesium-137. That's a dangerous substance that emits radiation. The FDA says the shrimp was imported from Indonesia and sold at Walmart. The product was distributed to nearly 30 states, including Kentucky and Indiana, between July 31st and August 16th. No illnesses have been reported. You can take the shrimp to the store to get a refund. Today is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, a storm which left unimaginable destruction and pain on the coast of Louisiana. Katrina came ashore near Grand Isle, Louisiana, August 29, 2005, as a Category 3 storm. It packed winds of about 125 miles an hour, and it brought heavy rain to the Gulf Coast. The storm surge caused the city's levees to fail, leading to catastrophic flooding in and around New Orleans. Nearly 1,400 people died during the storm and its aftermath. The government estimates Katrina caused about $125 billion in damages, and New Orleans is holding a number of remembrances this week to mark the devastating anniversary. A new report says it was a lightning strike that caused a fire that burnt down a Vine Grove Fire Department. Station number 3 on North Mill Street was hit by that strike last week. The Vine Grove Fire Department says State Fire Marshal's office confirmed the cause. Department leaders say they are working with an insurance company right now. They hope to have more answers about the future of that station in the next few weeks. Well, we haven't had rain here in, what, you said 10 days, Tawana?
10 days. So we need the rain, but we are going to have to wait a little bit longer before we get that rain. Right now, we just get to enjoy this. This is that really nice sunrise. I'm loving it. On our SkyTrack camera in New Albany, looking off towards the east, you can see some of those clouds there off into the distance. Seeing a few of those clouds as well showing up on a couple of our Kentucky Mesonet cameras with a little bit of that patchy fog for those of you in the Carroll County area. So this morning, yes, we have the patchy fog showing up in some of our valleys. We're seeing clear skies for most of us and those temperatures on the comfortable side. We're watching this front still continuing to make its way to the south. As it does so, we'll watch for a couple of isolated rain chances. Right now, we're sitting mainly in the 50s, ranging from 50 degrees in Columbia to 59 in Fort Knox, 52 for those of you in North Vernon, 64 though at the airport in Louisville. Over the next 12 hours, we will return to the upper 70s and low 80s for highs, so our highs will be right around what we saw yesterday. But this time around, we do have that front moving through that can bring an isolated shower once we head into later on today, and once we get into the overnight, just a couple of clouds overhead, and that's it. So for your Friday, we'll be watching those isolated rain chances with the cold front, as the temperature is pretty comfortable. Once you get into your Saturday, some more of those 50s to start off. By the time a lot of you are tailgating tomorrow morning for the U of L football game, we should be seeing temperatures in the 70s. By the time that actually that matchup against EKU actually begins, we should be near 80 degrees. Now, we also have UK, of course, playing at home against Toledo. For tailgating for that, you might definitely need the hoodie, because we'll be sitting in the 60s then, ending up in the 70s by the time that matchup starts, and staying in the 70s throughout that game. For those of you, maybe you're just not into sports and you're like, I'm going to go to World Fest instead. Well, between today and Monday, we have some gorgeous weather in the forecast, so you'll get to enjoy it all for all the events going on. Now, Labor Day, yes, we are going to see those highs back into the mid-80s then. Then for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, we'll be closely watching rain chances. The front approaches, bringing us some of those scattered showers as early as midday on your Tuesday, and then we'll keep some rounds of rain into Wednesday and Thursday. Behind this system, we do see the cooler air trying to move in. The question is, how quickly will that colder air roll into our region? And as of right now, it looks like we'll see highs only near 80 degrees on Tuesday, and then we'll talk about highs back into the upper 70s, upper 60s and low 70s for the middle and end of next week. And there is that potential once we get towards Friday morning behind that front, that parts of the metro will be waking up to 40s, so we'll watch for that. We'll keep the fall-like weather showing up in our forecast through the middle and end of next week. So yeah, the following weekend looks beautiful, but we do need the rain. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday may be our gloomy days before we get to enjoy a gorgeous weekend.
So you think we're done with the 90s?
As of right now, It looks like at best the Metro can get a 90-degree day, but for outside of Louisville, I'm not thinking so.
Wow. All right. So it certainly doesn't feel like baseball weather right now, but you can enjoy some terrific baseball at Slugger Field. The Bats are hosting the Columbus Clippers with a number of themed games coming up tonight and through the weekend. It's college night tonight. Students can get discount tickets and also some drink deals as well. And tomorrow they're celebrating the new Lou neighborhood. You can get a chance to take home a River Bats jersey and enjoy fireworks. And then Sunday, it's all about the kids. I'll have inflatables to jump in and swag to pick up for the kids, and another night of fireworks too on Sunday to cap off the holiday weekend. And tonight, Racing Louisville is facing off the Houston Dash, and it's Girl Scout night at Lynn Stadium. Racing Louisville is partnering with Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana to offer some discounted tickets for Scouts and provide an exclusive team-branded patch to those who buy through the discount link. Those gates will open at 6 o'clock tonight. You can get tickets on Racing Louisville's website. And football season is back. Everything you need to know about U of L's game tomorrow and how the team is getting ready. It's 7:22. Okay, maybe you've heard, I don't know, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married. Now, you know by now probably that Taylor Swift posted pictures and said, hey, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. But now an Indiana couple says, that's really our story. Jerry and Gloria Settlemeyer at Goshen High School know that Instagram caption very well. Jerry teaches physical education and weightlifting, and Gloria teaches English. Their love story started when they were in high school. They met at a pickup basketball ball game at the same high school where they now teach. Goshen Schools posted about the resemblance to Swift and Kelce's viral caption, never in their wildest dreams did they expect all this attention, and even now, sparks fly, as they did when they were 15.
I wouldn't want to spend my time with anyone else. She's a phenomenal mother to our boys, such a phenomenal example for my daughter, just a good role model. She's funny, phenomenal wife.
We're pretty good teammates, and I think that's what love and marriage is all about, is being a good teammate, being there for each other, being honest with each other and picking each other up when needed and celebrating the wins together.
I love it. Look at that photo. That's awesome. Depending on who you ask, who won that first pickup game is still up for debate, but don't worry. There's no bad blood. All right, sorry for all the Taylor Swift song references there. Fans and players, super excited as Louisville kicks off their college football season tomorrow. U of L welcoming Eastern Kentucky to L&N Stadium to start off the season. While the Cards are expected to win this, Coach Jeff Brom says he does not want his players to look over EKU.
Like everything, I've been in Western Kentucky. You know, when you're there, you got a chip on your shoulder. You're hungry. You're out to prove, you know, what type of football you can play. So anytime you get a chance to play against, you know, a Power 4 opponent, you're going to be ready to go. And these players will be licking their lips and ready to play football and show what they can do.
Those two teams will kick off Saturday at 3 at L&N Stadium. And IU will also play tomorrow, so will UK. So we have a lot of great football going on. We'll be right back with a look at local news and weather.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Oxmoor Auto Group.
Good morning, I'm Shannon Kogan. LMPD says a man is dead after a stabbing near PRP. It happened around 10 last night on Johnstown Way, not far from Johnstown Road Elementary. Police say the victim was stabbed several times. Their name has not been released. Police say a man was detained at the scene and charges are pending. When we get more information about the suspect, we'll let you know right here on Wave. Heading into a holiday weekend, and the weather couldn't be better.
Oh, it is going to be a perfect weather weekend. Right now, we're seeing some upper level clouds on this SkyTrack camera in New Albany. So a beautiful morning, plenty of sunshine. Going to keep an eye on a few clouds drifting through for the morning, adding in additional clouds later on this afternoon. Most of us are sitting in the 50s, 50 degrees for those of you in Columbia. You are our cool spot, 59 in Paoli and Fort Knox, 57 in LaGrange and Bardstown, 64 at the airport in Louisville. Over the next 12 hours, we will end up in the upper 70s and the low 80s for your highs as some additional clouds move into the region, courtesy of the cold front that we're going to see. That front can bring a couple of isolated showers for those of you along and south of 64, but most of us will be dry for today. We'll keep the beautiful weather into Saturday and Sunday. Labor Day looking a little bit warmer, and then a front moving in towards next Tuesday and Wednesday will bring some much needed rainfall back into our forecast. Rob?
Tawana, thanks so much. Keeping an eye on the roadways. A beautiful morning out there, as you said, and a pretty good day out there traffic-wise. No major snafus to tell you about. We are keeping our eyes, though, on this area. This is 64 East at the Hurstbourne Parkway. Report of a disabled vehicle over to the side. It looks like a box truck right over there to the side. Again, this is 64 East past the Hurstbourne Parkway, a disabled vehicle. Make sure you give yourself a lot of extra time and move over if you see the emergency responders out there. Make it a great morning.